Hey guys, welcome to codingbootcamps.com. This is Introduction to JavaScript Programming, and my name is Kaustubh Gharge. I'm a senior mean stack developer. I have 5 years of consulting experience with a focus on web and cloud technologies. I have completed my master's degree from Illinois Institute of Technology, where I took web development courses and created several projects. I also worked in 1871, that is a startup incubator in Chicago, as a full stack web developer, after which I co founded a company with my colleague from IIT called Indica Digital, and we focus on mortgage dealer strategy. I'm also a co founder of Pune based IntelliFlow Systems, which specializes in Azure cloud services. I'm a senior instructor at High School Technology Services. I've been teaching with High School Technology Services since 2016 to students from US and Canada. Uh, at the time, I used to teach cross-platform mobile application development as well as Linux, but I have focused all of my attention and energies on full stack web development as well as cloud. So in this course, before you take this course, actually, you need to be aware of HTML and CSS. Just a basic level of understanding is enough, but make sure you understand it because we are going to be covering quite a lot of JavaScript, at least the introduction to JavaScript, which is necessary in order to implement in web-based applications. So make sure you have at least elementary understanding of HTML and CSS. So the topics that we are going to be covering is how to use JavaScript. So we'll first understand the difference between web design and development. You already must have taken web design courses with CSS, but we'll be figuring out the difference between development and design. We will see how JavaScript works, the top JS frameworks, and how to set up JavaScript on your computer. In the next part, we will actually focus more on the programming, where we will focus on the core concepts such as lexical structures, expressions, types, strings, variables and values, objects, the console, scopes, arrays, semicolons, etc., etc. In the next section, that is the JavaScript programming part 2, we will cover the conditional statements and loops. Don't worry if you have no experience with programming. We will be covering very elementary level of programming here as well. In the next section, that is the JavaScript programming part 3 section, we'll be covering functions. We'll understand what kind of JavaScript functions are available, and we will understand the new JS functions that have been introduced in JavaScript after the release of ECMAScript 6, which include arrow functions and the other functions. All right. And after that, we'll be working on the projects. So the first project is to create a simple calculator. So you will use your skills as a JavaScript developer as well as your skills of HTML and CSS to design a simple calculator and make sure it works. In the second project, we'll create a to-do list using HTML and JavaScript. For this, you'll need to have some basic understanding of HTML, like the local storage, since we will be storing the to-dos that the user adds in the local storage. And in the third project, again, we'll use the same concepts as the project 2, and we will be building a reading list of the books that you want to read and the books that you have read. All right, so what is the key takeaway by learning to finish this course? So the most important thing is it'll set a foundation of you becoming a web application developer. After this, you can take much more advanced courses, the advanced level of JavaScript, as well as explore different frameworks in which you deal with the tech stack, as we call it. So the tech stack is a framework, or not a framework, it's a combination of frameworks that include the front end as well as the back end and the database. You can be confident enough to explore those. We do have some courses related to those. So we have courses on the front-end frameworks such as Angular, React, and Vue.js. We also have intermediate JavaScript and jQuery courses in order to understand how jQuery works and what JSON is to get JSON data from a API. First of all, we'll also learn what API is to get data from the backend. And we have some backend specific courses such as Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. So once you understand JavaScript, you'll be very in a good position to explore the various uses of JavaScript on the front end as well as on the back end. All right. So thank you for taking the time. I hope you take this course, and I will see you in the next session.